Thanks, Dave. So, my name is Ben Woskow, and I'm Dev Manager for the Marketplace team.
And I am Jamie Gaard. I am the support engineer for the Marketplace team.
And we are here to tell you how to get the most out of the Marketplace. As mentioned in the keynote this morning, Atlassian has paid out over $120 million to vendors for selling add-ons to Atlassian customers. That's a lot of money. Today, we'd like to present to you some new Marketplace features that will make the vendor community even more successful. We'll tell you how these features can help you release your add-ons faster, they can help you manage your businesses better, and they can help you sell more add-ons. So to get us started, here's Jamie.
Thank you, Ben. All right, everybody. I am very, very excited to be talking to you about this particular topic. It's how to release add-ons faster. Now, we have a few new features in the Marketplace that we think are going to help you grow your add-ons, do them faster, and with more options. We get about 4 submissions to the Marketplace a day for add-ons, which is wonderful because it shows that vendors are working hard to grow themselves and thus the Marketplace. And I know you have many questions about marketing, so let's get to it. First off, we have basic and hero listings, which are really fantastic. Basic and hero listings are there to give you control over how much marketing material you have on your listing. They can be as simple as you want them to be. You can release them quickly and easily. And if you want, you can expand on them. You can release new features and new highlights in media when you're ready to. Most of all, they are stylish. They are the best way to present information to your customers. But let's not spend too much time talking about it. Well, first, I want to actually introduce what we have today. These are our legacy highlight listings, and they look good, with one exception. This is obviously a rushed vendor who tried to get an add-on to market as quickly as possible, which is unfortunate, because if they had basic listings, they would have been able to skip the silly assets. So here it is. You can see you're first going to encounter it on the page design screen when you're listing an add-on. Basic highlights, you'll see a basic is on the left, hero is on the right. Basic is really great to be able to release an add-on quickly. You don't actually need to include any media assets when you list a basic listing. And here's what it looks like if you try to do it. You'll see that there are no highlights. You simply have the tagline becoming the main focus of your add-on. You want to make this pop. You want to make people read this and stand out. This is also a great way to include keywords for SEO. Next, customers go and they view the screenshot if they're interested in that. This is an optional screenshot for you. You can include it if you want to. But really, the most important thing here that we should be focusing on is the more details section. I want people to start thinking of this as a quick start guide for their add-ons. You can include instructions for installing it, how to configure your add-on. You can include special tips and tricks on how to use it in various feature sets. This is now required if you're going to list a basic listing. Basic listings are very simple. They're very straightforward. You can release them today on the Marketplace for all vendors. Basic listings are pretty great. I think that it's a pretty fabulous way to release an add-on quickly and then grow it over time. But we all know that assets and media and images and video are what actually get people engaging in your listing. So that's why we've created hero listings. Hero listings make great use of video. They look very professional on the page, and they're extremely flexible in what you can put on them. You'll never grow your customer base if people are abandoning your add-on before they even try it. It's so important that every one of your listings makes use of creative, useful imagery. Videos are great to include because they can be quick, easy to click on, and explain a lot. We know that customers view add-ons in a sort of zigzag pattern on this page. First, they go to your tagline, then immediately they go to your video, and if they can click it, they do. Then they'll go to your highlights, they'll look at each one, and then finally ending up in the media page. So you see that they will use details if they can't figure out by scanning your add-on, and that's why video is so important in listing an add-on. Here we have a demo page of our new highlight and video hero listing. You can see it looks pretty sharp. people immediately focus in on your video and your tagline. It's right there up front, and it really begs to be clicked. Next, they'll scan your high-quality images, and they'll make sure that everything looks great there. I think it looks really sharp on the page, and I hope that more people take use of this. If you don't have your assets ready, or you have a very simple add-on and you want to include a video that describes how it works, you can actually list that on this page without any highlights at all. That's our hero image listing. Hero listings, they're available today in the add-on and version creation wizard. I hope you make use of this in the future. And now, back to Ben.
Thanks, Jamie. So, sticking with the theme of releasing add-ons faster, there's something else that the marketplace provides that will allow for faster releases, and that is the ability to automate parts of your release pipeline. There are several tasks to manage your add-on listings that can be automated and managed without ever navigating to the marketplace site. These tasks and the way in which you can automate, these tasks include publishing new add-ons, publishing new versions of your existing add-ons, and updating your existing versions. And the way in which you can do all of these tasks is through the Marketplace API. We're proud to announce today that there is a brand new version of the Marketplace API, version 2, and it is now ready to use. Here are a few things about the API version 2. First and foremost, the API is stable and finalized, so you can use it and build on top of it with confidence. It is clear, concise, and consistent. It follows the HAL specification for a standard format across all responses, and it is easily navigable so that you can detect new resources simply by looking at the API responses. However, we don't want to force you to manually navigate through the API to discover new resources. And so it is also fully documented. We've published detailed request and response information for all Marketplace API resources and methods. Here's a quick example of what our documentation looks like. This is our documentation for the resource to create new versions. Here we can find all the information about how to use the resource, including a sample post body. Our documentation is published with Radar, which is Atlassian's new open source documentation generator for all Atlassian add-ons. With this documentation in mind, you can start scripting and automating your release process using your favorite REST client. Or, if you prefer, we've also made available a fully featured Java client, which you can integrate into your Bamboo tasks and other processes. So, as we've discussed, the Marketplace API allows you to manage and automate tasks involving add-ons and add-on versions, but we didn't stop there. It provides all sorts of functionality for other aspects of your businesses as well. We've provided vendor resources for vendor-specific data, like promotions, resources for Atlassian applications, resources for customer usage data, and more. And best of all, the Marketplace API version 2 is available today. Please go to go.atlassian.com/marketplaceapi to check out our documentation and for more information. Next, I'd like to discuss how the marketplace can help you manage your businesses better. The marketplace enables any vendor, small or large, to market and sell add-ons to Atlassian customers. But a common piece of feedback we've received, especially from smaller vendors, is that we don't provide enough insight into how your add-ons are selling. As a result, I'm very excited to present to you our new sales dashboards. Our new sales dashboards provide multiple breakdowns with which you can dissect all of your sales and evaluations. The new dashboards offer deep exploration with which you can view full details of all your transactions and licenses. And we have calculated cloud metrics to provide new insights into how your cloud businesses are performing in terms of churn, conversion, and renewal rates. A bit more about the sales dashboards. They're quick and easy to use. The marketplace team iterated over the designs time and time again to allow the easiest data access at a glance. They're feature-rich. As mentioned before, we offer multiple breakdowns and filter sets to construct the specific reporting views that you are most interested in. And they're extensible. All of our reports are powered by our new REST APIs, and our REST APIs can be consumed by any external BI solution that you may be using, if so desired. As an added bonus, we've added some additional data segments through our API, which aren't exposed through our on-site dashboards. So let's take a look at a sample sales report. On this dashboard, we can view how our add-ons are selling. Just below the date filter, the first thing we'll see is that we can break down our sales in different ways, such as by hosting, by sale type, region, and country. Each report displays easily accessible KPIs at the top of the breakdown so that you can find segmented totals at a glance. And within each report, vendors can customize the aggregation to report by week or by month, and the display value to chart dollar values or unit counts. And if we scroll down the page, we'll find aggregated trends over time, as well as all of the segments compared and tabulated at the bottom of the page. By default, these reports are rendered for the sum of your add-on businesses. However, if you click any of the add-on rows in this table, the reports will be re-rendered to be specific for that add-on. Just a moment, we're having some technical difficulties. Okay, that was fun. So that's our sales page. Let's also, thank you. The technical difficulties were just a pause for dramatic effect so you guys could applaud, so I appreciate that, thank you. Let's also take a look at a sample transactions report. This report allows vendors to explore details of how your add-ons are selling. So atop the page, you can find customized filters to get the exact view that you're looking for. Supported filters include date range, add-on, hosting, sale type, and sale channel. Each row in the table can be expanded for additional information about that given transaction, including a calculated net revenue value. And lastly, each report can be exported to CSV and JSON. By exporting a report, you're respecting the filters that are configured in the current view, yet you'll export all transactions that adhere to those filters and not just the current page of results. In addition to these export links, there's plenty that our new reporting API provides. And you can learn all about our reporting API by checking out the documentation at the link I mentioned earlier. These APIs, their documentation is deployed alongside the add-on APIs that we discussed earlier. So, our new sales dashboards are really awesome, and I think you guys are going to love them. Best of all, as of today, it's available for all vendors for you to use. Thank you. Check it out on the Reports tab in the Manage Vendor section. Now, you might notice that we're calling this in GA, or General Availability. And that's because it's polished and stable beyond the standard beta. However, we're not done yet. There's even more that we're going to add and provide to you in upcoming weeks. Currently, we've exposed a sales dashboard, an evaluations dashboard, and a transaction explorer. Upcoming in the next few weeks will be a license explorer and dashboards for cloud churn, cloud conversion, and cloud renewal. So we're very excited to expose those to you soon. keep your eyes open for that in upcoming weeks. Our next topic is especially relevant given the sensitivity of the data in these APIs. And that topic is vendor access controls. Many of you have requested this feature. As obvious, just mentioning the topic warrants applause. So many of you have requested this feature. In fact, this is the #1 feature request across the entire marketplace. So here's how things look today. Many of your vendor businesses have a variety of employees. Some may be developers, some are product managers, and of course, there are the business owners. Currently, the marketplace treats them all the same as a vendor contact. This one-size-fits-all model is rather inflexible because all users have the same set of permissions, and all users can access everything on the vendor's account. Now, will look more like this, where you can specify specific permissions per user. In this example, the developer is able to manage add-ons but not access sales history or administer the vendor account. The product manager will be able to manage add-ons and access sales history but not administer the vendor account. And the business owner, of course, will be able to do everything. So here we have a sample vendor. You'll notice that there's a new column called permissions, and here we can see exactly what permissions each user is granted. And if we click any of these lists, we'll be able to grant and revoke permissions for that given user. It's that simple. Vendor access controls is very powerful, and I know you guys are going to love it. Look for it in a few weeks' time. Not there yet, but look for it in just a couple weeks on the Contacts tab in the Manage Vendor section. Now, to finish this off, I'm going to pass it back to Jamie to tell you how to increase sales for your cloud add-ons.
Can you hear me? Great. Okay, that was a lot of really great information coming out of Ben. And I'm super excited about vendor access controls, too. But really what we want to talk about right now is how to increase your cloud sales. So what do? Well, we know that customers like products that are have a seal of excellence, that stand out from others, and that they follow best practices. So the real question that we have to ask ourselves is, what makes a great vendor? What makes a great vendor is something that stands out from other vendors and having better products. There are 3 points that we know that customers look for when they're trying to decide to evaluate an add-on. One is price, the next is peer feedback, and the last is actually Atlassian Verified. You see, customers are using Atlassian Verified to find add-ons to evaluate. 61% of respondents in a survey said that they ranked this as one of their top 3 metrics. That's because they view Atlassian Verified as a seal of excellence. It's a promise of quality. And we know that verified vendors do better on the marketplace. In general, they have higher ratings compared to non-vendors. They have 6 times as many active installs. And their customers all report a general happiness with their products and service better. I hope that at this point you see the value of becoming Atlassian Verified if you haven't already applied. But I'm really happy about today because I'd like to introduce that it's now easier than ever to become verified because we're opening up Atlassian Verified for cloud vendors. So what this means for you is that if you only have ever introduced cloud add-ons to the marketplace, you are now able to become Atlassian Verified. And what this means is if you have any cloud products and you mix between server and cloud, those cloud active installations will now count towards your active install qualification. So if you've been on the border for a while and your server add-ons haven't been providing enough active installs to get past that mark, you should check back and see if maybe your cloud add-ons have pushed you over and you can apply. The last thing we've done here is we've tried to improve clarity with the vendor badge. We've moved it next to the vendor name. And we're hoping that customers see that the Atlassian Verified badge is a mark of quality for the vendor and not for the add-on, because great vendors sell more. Easy change, right? And then here it is again on the search screen. You can see that it will be clear for everyone who is trying to search for verified products. So Atlassian Verified for Cloud, that is it. We're so happy to introduce this. It is coming very soon in the next few weeks. Look for that in the Verified Program tab in the Manage Vendors section. So moving on from that, I want to talk about trust. Customers love security. And we know from customer surveys that they enjoy vendors who follow best practices. And that's why we're very happy to announce a new program for cloud vendors, the Cloud Security Program. There are basically two areas to get check marks that will appear on your add-on listing. The first one is if you have a vendor policy and you provide it to Atlassian. The next is if you do a self-assessment using questions that we provide you. This is a look at your own internal security policies. If you fill those out, send them back to us, we will review them, and if it meets our criteria, we will give you this second check mark. On the left, you can see someone has provided a security policy and they've enrolled in the Cloud Security Program. And on the right is someone who hasn't. And this is what it looks like on the page. So this will be visible on every cloud add-on when this feature launches. And vendors who have gone through the assessment will get a check mark to show that they've had their assessment reviewed by Atlassian and it meets our criteria. We plan on this being another way that marks a good vendor and stands you out from the crowd. Early feedback is pretty positive from customers about this. It's a great way to distinguish your products from other products on the marketplace. Lord knows we all need that. So with that, this is just drilling down on a little more. I don't really want to say too much about this cloud security program just because Craig is going to talk about it tomorrow at 1:35 in this very room. So if you have any interest in security, and I sincerely hope that you all do, you should attend that. He'll go into more depth about it. The first baby step to the cloud security journey will be coming very soon, and we are accepting applications in the next few weeks. You can go to go.atlassian.com/marketplace-security to enroll now. And that is basically it for our presentation. We want to recap what we said. So we helped you release faster add-ons with basic and hero listings in the version 2 API. We said how to manage your vendor accounts better with new sales dashboards and vendor access controls. And we taught you how to increase your cloud sales with Atlassian Verified for Cloud and cloud security self-assessment. That's it for us.